We should actually do an introduction first.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You want me to go?
Go for it.
Okay. Well, hello there. Welcome to the first official episode of Rye the Hell Not.
Hi, I'm Rick.
Hi, I'm Chris. We're just a couple of guys that enjoy some good whiskey. And today, for our first episode, we're going to be comparing a couple of lovely selections from WhistlePig. You want to tell us a little bit about what we have here?
So what we got here is actually we have WhistlePig FarmStock #3, rye, of course, and we actually have WhistlePig HomeStock whiskey,
which we just found out is apparently a blend of whiskeys over here with the HomeStock. And the FarmStock is a straight rye whiskey.
So what's great about these bottles is actually they actually give you the full recipes on the back of equal percentages or whatever the percentages are. Not equal, of course, but
makes way too much sense. But funny enough, we were actually watching the blending of this on a live stream earlier this year. I think it was for Flaviar.
I think it was on Flaviar.
Yeah, and they were actually doing some blending and comparing with the distiller, and there were a couple of other awesome YouTube channels that we follow. I think It's Bourbon Night was one of them, and
there's those guys out of Austin, but I don't remember their names. We'll input this later.
Yes, we'll have to look that up. But anyways, they were given their feedback, and I believe this is the selection that they came up with, was the HomeStock whiskey. So it really made us want to find it and try it. So Rick found the HomeStock, and I got a hold of the FarmStock. We figured it'd be a good chance to compare the two.
That's why we're here today.
Should we do like at the same time the uncorking?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was well done.
Good, I couldn't do that again if we tried.
No,
or
never.
Can we? It smells good.
Maybe we did, maybe we didn't.
I don't even know anymore. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Hey, well, look at us.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah,
I'm impressed. I'm impressed. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start here with the, if I can remember what it's called.
FarmStock #3.
So we're going to start with the FarmStock #3. FarmStock Rye, straight whiskey. I just have to say, before mentioning any notes, I love the way WhistlePig just smells. Like, I don't care which one it is, but they all just smell so lovely.
It's got a great nose about it, you know?
Like, you can smell that rye. It's got a bit of a heat to it. I mean, I think this is a little bit of a higher proof. It's only 86, so that's really not super crazy.
That's it, just the proof.
Just 86, yeah. But it's got a bit of a heat, a bit of a spice. So I don't know, I think I'm just going to call it a bit of a spicy nose.
Yeah, bit of a spice, okay.
Bit of a spice,
we're just going to say,
I will preface, there has been a lot of smoke here in the Napa Valley where we are. So my nose is a bit shot, so this is a great week to be starting it, but we're going to roll with it, because why the hell not?
We're also not professional whiskey tasters at all. And everyone's palate's different. I'm just going to throw that out there. So this is just the best off of what we come up based on our palates.
Right. I mean,
just a minor disclaimer. Yeah.
Tasting notes are obviously subjective.
It's that good, huh?
That good. Yeah, we're definitely not professionals. So we just enjoy whiskey. Tasting a bit of the oak. A very, very light, like toffee. Definitely not as sweet as earlier whiskey that we were trying.
Oh, yeah, we don't gotta bring that up. That'll be another episode.
That'll be in a different episode. But
and we'll reference that we pointed it out on this one.
Yes, but nice, lovely, and in the finish, I think I'm just tasting more toffee.
It's okay. Take your time, toffee. Yeah,
bit of toffee, yeah. But it's lovely. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to be disappointed with WhistlePig. It hasn't happened yet.
I haven't been. I have plenty of the collection on my bar between Piggyback and the 10-year, the 12-year, the 15-year. 15 years, pretty dope. Yeah, that'll be 100% too. But all right.
Now for you.
What am I doing?
You are going to try the FarmStock.
Oh yes.
Straight rye.
FarmStock straight rye #3
by WhistlePig.
WhistlePig. Yes, here we go. There's definitely a lot of vanilla on the nose off the bat. You get subtleness on the spice, which means to me, I don't think it'll have that burn you get with some of the higher percentages. But you said this is theoretically a lower percentage anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 86. Yeah, 43% alcohol. Triple terror. Terroir? Whatever that means.
Terror? I guess we'll have to look that up later.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a type of wood or type of wood they use in Vermont or something.
But it's an old wooden ship built in the Civil War era.
That they distill.
Yes.
That's they made into a distillery.
That's how they make their barrels.
And
they use an old wooden ship from the Civil War era.
That's where they barrel the whiskey on the wooden ship from the Civil War era.
Obviously.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
There was no
caramel
rhyme.
toffee. Caramel toffee, absolutely. Off the nose. It's really smooth.
Very smooth.
Is there alcohol in this? Definitely like that Vermont oak. Definitely prefacing on that oak flavor there. Not as very subtle. Not a whole lot of like harsh, spice or anything like that. There is a spice there, but it's not predominant. It's a little sweeter and just smoother.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's like just from like the vanilla and maybe caramel. I wonder if there's honey. I wonder if they used a bit of honey in this too. I feel like there's this like coating on my tongue.
Yeah.
It could be honey.
I don't know if they add anything to these though.
I know. I don't know either.
It's too high end for them to.
Yeah.
It's not a honey bourbon or a honey
No, that's not
whiskey.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
But it definitely has those notes.
It's almost too smooth.
It is very smooth.
Usually like a little bit more bite or a little more boldness or oomph in my ryes or my whiskeys.
The other WhistlePigs we normally drink, like this 10-year
straight rye,
is 100 proof. And we're definitely a bit more used to that.
And this number 3, you said it's 86 proof?
86 proof. It's pretty low compared to what we've been drinking.
That's probably part of it too. Definitely easy sipper. Definitely can drink a lot of it.
Doesn't need a hint of ice.
Doesn't need any ice.
I'm not going to say
whatsoever.
it wouldn't be terrible with it, but it doesn't.
Maybe if you chill it, maybe if you chill the bottle in the freezer, you just pour it out cold, or maybe over some, whiskey stones.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of it being a little bit colder.
A whiskey stone might be a good way to go.
But I like the FarmStock number 3. Just me specifically, personally, I like a little bit more boldness. I like that. I like that bite on my ryes. I like to know what I'm drinking, and just to kind of like, wow, my taste buds are burn the shit out of me. So,
I wonder if that's a characteristic of the FarmStock that they go with the lower proof, because this HomeStock is also 86 proof.
Oh. Yeah. Well, it's a blend. They usually play a bunch of different blends, and I know for at least the HomeStock, I know they kind of voted. They had a voting on which was the most favorite out of the recipes that they were kind of concocting. Yeah, I like the number 3. Just a little lighter than what I've been drinking, I guess. But not bad.
Enjoyable. I mean, it's classic WhistlePig.
Classic. Oh, easy classic. And the price point for it, too.
Oh, yeah.
I think Flaviar had it on there for
70, 75?
Yeah, between 70-something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not bad. I'd pay that for it, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All day. Especially considering the rising costs of whiskey right now.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Get good bottles for under 100 while you can.
Yeah, get bottles while you can. Let's move on. Let's check out. Let's hit this next one. So, this was wonderful, and now we're gonna do the HomeStock.
Perfect. Do a little water refresher.
Number 4. What's the recipe on the back here? Rye 45%, wheat 30%, barley 25%.
Barley.
The rye was aged 4 years, the wheat was aged 5 years, and the barley was aged 5 years. Now the wheat's from Vermont, which makes sense, WhistlePig is located in Vermont, so there's that. And the wheat and the barley are both in Canada.
That is something I found interesting. I don't know if it was something we're reading about I think it was on their website. that they get most their crop, their rye and other growables, wheat, barley, from Canada. So it's an American distillery, but they get a lot of their products from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not technically a Canadian whiskey, but I suppose it has some Canadian roots, which I'm a fan of Canada.
I have nothing against Canada.
I like their shows.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I guess I should specify.
No.
I've never actually been.
What you got? What do you think?
Okay, let's give this a go.
I too want to go to Canada someday.
I smell a little bit more oak.
Thank you. Oak, you say?
Yeah, I get a little bit more oak on the nose with this one. And yeah, a little bit more spice. Maybe not quite as smooth on the nose, but not in a bad way. It's lovely. A little bit of butterscotch. Something I've been trying to discern is the difference between butterscotch, toffee, and caramel. Because you get a lot of that with some of these whiskeys that we've been drinking a lot more of lately. And there is a distinct difference. It's minor, but I think there is a distinct difference.
No, I'm not a professional on distinguishing between those a lot of times. It depends on what we're drinking.
It's interesting how the finishes on these, especially with the lower proof, I mean, there's not that burn that makes the finish, helps make the finish longer. And you have, usually have like a rounding of the burn that leads into some sort of spice or aftertaste, and this just goes right into it. Again, a little bit of butterscotch with this one is what I'm getting, but it's lovely. It's nice. I don't think this one necessarily needs ice either. We're not sitting here to be professionals on this or to tell you what to taste. Everyone has a different palate, and like I said, mine's a bit deadened right now. I think what would be great is if anyone has tried these and they have different tasting notes, feel free to post them in comments.
Please.
We'd love to hear from you.
Please do.
Yeah,
The more comments, the better.
definitely.
I definitely actually on the nose on this, I actually get a lot more spice than I did on the third year.
Yeah,
On this HomeStock.
I was getting that too.
HomeStock, the floralness or the nose off of the smell from it there's got to be a bit more spice or.
Well, it's interesting. It smells like it could be a little bit of a higher proof. Definitely not 100, but higher than 86.
I don't smell a whole lot of oakness to it.
It's interesting. I got a little bit more of that on my end, but once again, it's all subjective.
It is absolutely subjective. I smell like allspice, cinnamon, some vanilla maybe, or a combo of it, maybe on the nose.
Yeah.
Equally as smooth. I definitely actually taste more of the oak on this. Almost equally as smooth. I agree with you that there should not be any ice. There should be any
Yeah.
you don't need
it.
You
Doesn't
don't need to add a cube to it. You don't need to drink it on a cube. You drink it colder. I'm a fan of anything colder, but room temp's good too. There's like a charness to it for me. Maybe that's the tobacco or maybe maybe like a recharred barrel or something. Tobacco and the char, kind of. A little bit on the aftertaste for me. Smooth, super smooth. Kind of velvety on the tongue. Not a whole lot of spice. There is spice there, more than the number 3 for me. But overall, amazing. Both honestly, they both hold up to some of the best WhistlePigs that I've had. And, I don't think I could distinguish between one being my favorite versus the other, honestly. They're both pretty close, if you ask me, but... yeah, it's a lot of ums, but yeah, why the hell not? So
it could be interesting if we do, a lot more of these, and we just get a better handle on the verbiage that we're using, and just what we want to say about what we're tasting, because we've been tasting whiskeys together for 6-7 years now. And we've had varying degrees of conversation about the tasting notes that we get.
True.
And I could see this is obviously a new format for us. This isn't just us sitting around a living room, although we are in a living room, but we're not just, you know, just relaxing. And
how did I get here?
I know. Did you come in through the...
Is this your living room or mine? No,
Neither.
This is your living room.
We definitely broke in here.
Wait, yeah, whose house are we in?
It's not mine. I thought it was yours. Okay.
Anyway.
But what I was getting at is, you know, maybe once we get a few more of these under our belts, maybe this is something we return to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always.
What's all here? It's episode 1.
Exactly. We're just.
We picked a double to do on episode 1. Like we
did.
really should have just tried like one or versus the other, and then like followed up maybe with episode 2.
You know,
we got so eager to open these. Like we just wanted to at least try to do a side by side together. So
we're breaking the seal.
Don't do that.
They were sealed.
Oh, right. Okay.
No, I meant as far as shooting episodes.
Right. Oh, right. Okay, gotcha.
Because Ride the Hell Nut.
Ride the Hell Nut.
There it is.
Which one of these do you want to finish?
Oh goodness. You know, I kind of want to go. I want to go back to both of them for a moment.
Oh, I think you do, don't you?
And how?
Don't you?
And how?
Must be nice. Just
I was about to curse there and quote something.
I already said shit on this thing.
You did.
Twice now.
But like, I need to look up where the line is as far as how many.
For educational
swears.
purposes, I don't know if we need to bleep those out.
Fair. Yeah, definitely more spice on the HomeStock.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. We'll go over the percentages again. Just real quickly, the HomeStock here, which is number 4, the rye's 45, the wheat's 30, and the barley's 25. The years it's aged is the rye was aged 4 years, the wheat was aged 5 years, and the barley was aged 5 years. Now for the number 3, we'll post these, don't worry. The number 3, FarmStock, is 52% rye, 31% wheat, and 17% barley. And they actually don't tell you on the back of it what it's laid out as, which thankfully they did on the other one. The rye is, again, 52%, it's 3 years. The wheat is 31%, 6 years. And the barley is 17%, 10 years. That's a significant difference on their aging process. On the 3-year versus the third generation versus the 4th generation.
So while you were tasting, I didn't want to interrupt your tasting notes earlier for the HomeStock. They actually do have it listed out, and it was specifically the live stream that we watched. So it says, this whiskey was created by the refined taste of thousands of palates through a virtual blending event. Together with the Flaviar community, we invited friends from across the U.S. to select their perfect combination of rye, wheat, and barley. We created this expression with our fans to celebrate life and lift spirits in the unprecedented time of social distancing in spring 2020. So you gotta figure these difference in as far as aging and the types of batches they used, both the Vermont rye, the Canada, and wheat and barley. Those 3 were pre-selected and then sent out to the thousands of people that were tasting this. And then they did the virtual event and, all came together and decided on a final verdict.
Which I think is amazing and awesome. I really do.
It's super cool.
And, we watched a lot of it, it was great. The years on the number 4, or the 4th generation, versus the years they used on the 3rd generation, that's, a significant difference.
Well, and you gotta figure, as far as when they're deciding what to send out. Like you said, they're sending out to thousands of people, so you're not necessarily
what they have available to them.
Maybe you're not necessarily going to send out a bunch of 10-year vials. Maybe that's not.
Why not?
I wonder if that's something setting I can change. I'll have to look into it.
Maximum effort.
Maximum effort.
Maximum effort.
Okay.
Well, I don't know where we were.
I'm just gonna summarize what I just said, since our recording cut off for a moment. As we've been saying, we've been praising the WhistlePig brand.
Well, we're just talking a lot about them because we're tasting 2 of their bottles, really. Right. So,
but you got to figure they have.
We're also fans. We're just
Right.
If you want some groupies, we're here.
But you got to figure the distiller has access to all of these different ages. You know, they didn't just have 3 that they're blending percentages of. They have access to all kinds. They have, you know, the 3-year, the 6-year, the 10-year, and multiples of each. You know, whereas the HomeStock are 3 very specific choices, 3 very specific year ranges that they sent out. So, you know, obviously that limits it a bit.
Right,
But,
and like you were saying, like they're not going to send, you know, was it 10-year-old barley vials out to everybody
to thousands of people.
Thousands of people,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's going to be something a little bit
or
more
they do, and they charge
easily
quite a bit
accessible
more.
to them. So,
I think I might be ready to give a little bit of a verdict.
oh, I wasn't going to decide. I already told them I wasn't going to decide.
No?
I already told them I don't have a favorite. And they're pretty equal. If you, by all means.
I want to give a recommendation and then a little bit of a verdict.
And I won't bash your recommendation.
All right, cool. All right, just making sure. Same
I will
page.
drink some more of these,
Same
though.
page, by all means. All right,
These
so
mixed up? Great. Now it's going to be a blind test.
if you are brand new to rye whiskey, and these are the 2 choices in front of you, and let's say you're a little afraid of the higher proof or a little afraid of the spiciness, I might go with the FarmStock. It's very, very smooth. It's delicious. Tasting notes come through nicely, and I really will say I enjoy it.
Not the HomeStock. He wants the number 3 generation FarmStock.
That's what I recommend to a new whiskey drinker. For someone that is used to a little bit spicier, a little bit of a stronger flavor, or really just wants to have something that maybe kicks your palate a little bit more, like both ryes and bourbons tend to do, I would probably go with the HomeStock. The HomeStock, I think, is probably my favorite between the 2. If I had both in front of me, and I could only choose one, I'd probably go with the HomeStock. But they're both fantastic. Just depends on your preference. Everything's personal.
HomeStock?
Yes.
FarmStock.
Yep, HomeStock on your right.
HomeStock. FarmStock.
Yep.
That's a great recommendation. I'm not going to bash your recommendation.
Hey, thanks.
Yep.
That's what I appreciate about you.
Maybe one of the things. Do you want to finish one of these?
Sure.
Which one do you want?
I mean, I think I just said that I'll take the HomeStock.
So you
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, just
Cheers.
I gotta love that delay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Well, I guess that just kind of sums it up. So
I think so.
thanks for joining us on our first episode.
Yeah, we appreciate whoever watches this.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you enjoyed it, or let us know if you hated it.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you
Either
have,
or.
Yeah.
Just any comments are great.
If you have suggestions for changes or things you'd like to see,
Yep.
or even suggestions for whiskey you would like us to try and compare, feel free to let us know. We have ideas for quite a bit more. We both have some pretty extensive whiskey collections. I wouldn't say the most extensive, but a good range of what we have enjoyed over the years.
Yeah, I'm happy to open up some bottles with you.
Definitely.
Let you know what we think about them.
Yep.
So
Like, comment, and subscribe.
yes,
'Cause why the hell not?
Like, comment, and subscribe to wherever we put the click buttons.
By
on
the
these.
way, I'm not actually going to put anything on the
Yeah.
screen.
No.
We're just pointing.
Just pointing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Down here.
yeah.
Well, this
Rye
has
the
been,
Hell Not!
this has been the first episode of Rye the Hell Not. Hey,
All right.
high five. Crisp.